In 2025, Philips introduced the i9000 lineup of shavers, with the flagship model being the i9000 Ultra. There are 3 i9000 models, and I've used and reviewed and videoed all 3 of those. And now my plan of action is to compare all 3 of those. But not only compare all 3 of those, I'm also going to include the S9000 Prestige, which was the previous flagship model. And I'm going to include this in the comparison because this model I purchased in 2025 and it's still available. With Philips introducing these, it becomes somewhat confusing because of having so many i9000, S9000 models. And I had no idea really how I was going to compare them. So what I decided to do was compare the i9000 with the i9000 Prestige, and then compare the i9000 Prestige with the i9000 Ultra, and then get the S9000 Prestige in the mix somewhere with that. So this review is going to be part of a series of videos, and this first one's going to be for the i9000 with the i9000 Prestige. Usually in my videos I go in depth about the features and design of shavers when I'm doing comparisons or singular reviews. However, for this I want to keep it really simple. I want to keep it basic and just down to performance, and just pair each shaver based on performance rather than what features. However, when I do the demo shaves, I'm going to do a demo shave for you guys. If there's something about the features I can do a comparison with or mention, then I will mention them, but I want to kind of keep these videos a little bit more shorter and sweeter and to the point, and just purely about performance. I'm thinking as well, what I'll do is do a video at the end of the comparison performance videos of wrapping up all the performance, plus include some more detailed information about additional features that you'll get with one shaver and not with the other, and give some feedback and my views of that. So let's crack on with it then. Let's get this i9000 and i9000 Prestige fired up and get a shave on. Right, we're on about 4 days of growth here, but what I did was give it a trim with a beard trimmer first. So I'd say this is around about 3 days, around about 72 hours. And kind of the maximum that I like to shave at with an electric shaver. There's no point in shaving in anything above what a trimmer can trim it down to, because yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? Get a quick trim first, make it easy for the shavers. So let's give the i9000 the right hand side and give the i9000 Prestige the left hand side. What I'm going to be looking for in the shave is for how comfortable they are, which one is more comfortable, how close the shave is, the end result, how quick they shave, is one quicker than the other, and see if any of them leave any leftover hairs. If I have any leftover hairs, which one picks them up easier. And yeah, I guess that's still going to come down to how quick the shave will get done. And what I shall do with each shaver is I'll go over quite lightly, you know, the Philips suggested way of rotating circles, and you know, do it lightly, like a first pass on each side, see where we're at, then do a second pass. So let's fire up the i9000 and get a shave on. Okay, nice and comfortable. I can feel a couple of hairs being tugged with this. That kind of happens with me anyway. My growth is quite coarse, and when it's a little bit longer I will get some hairs that can be tugged. Okay, that'll do that side. Now let's do the same with the i9000 Prestige on the left hand side. That instantly feels somewhat more comfortable. Got a couple of hairs tugged in on my moustache area. Okay, let's leave it there with the i9000 Prestige as well. So where we are, I've got a few hairs left there, and obviously some patches that need to be done. That was only the first pass. Pretty much the same on that side as well with the i9000 Prestige. Right, let's go over this side now with the i9000 and get a close shave. So I won't always be doing circular motions. I'm going for shaving against the grain and then the pattern of growth that I know that I have. I like to stretch my skin somewhat to try and get a closer shave. Pretty much struggling with a few hairs I've cut there. Okay, I reckon that side is pretty much done. Yeah, that feels nice and smooth. Same with the i9000 Prestige on this side. Definitely more comfortable. Now while I shave against the grain like this and put more pressure on and do some skin pulling, or skin stretching shall I say, you don't have to do this. This can cause irritation. You can just follow the Phillips way of just going gently with circular motions and do it as you will, but I like to try and get a closer shave, and you know, it's not going to work for everybody. It's definitely better on the moustache area. I don't have any of the leftovers of the few hairs that I had on this side with the i9000. I have some leftover hairs there, but that's cleaned them up nicely. Just go over the same spot a few times. Okay, let's see where we're at. Feels very similar actually. There doesn't feel much difference. I don't think much difference in the speed. I think the i9000 Prestige side here doesn't have so much of a slight sandpapery stubbly feel compared to the i9000 side that has more of a stubbly, sandpapery stubbly feeling to it. Let's see if we can reduce that patch. Yeah, that is reduced it, but I'm having to go over it quite a lot, and you can kind of see that I'm creating some redness there. Yeah, that's made it a lot more smoother though. I'm just going to run over both sides now. So I've got some slight stubbly areas on both sides. We're just going to run over with both shavers, try and get it a bit of a cleaner, smoother shave. Definitely when I'm going over the area a good few times with a Prestige, I'm definitely finding it more comfortable. That's what's standing out with this, is the comfort with it. And I'd say that's pretty much done. Let's do the same for this side with the i9000. There shouldn't be that much difference in the comfort really, because these the head on these and the cutters are the exact same ones, but it could be that the Prestige is a bit of a faster shaver, faster motor on it, so that could make it you know, a bit more efficient and make it more comfortable, maybe. Yeah, I'd say that was done as well. So I guess the bottom line is if you are trying to save a bit of money, you've got an i9000 that is much cheaper than the Prestige or the Prestige Ultra, then why not go for the i9000? Both of them actually give a decent shave. Okay, so look out for part 2, guys, which is going to be the Prestige, the i9000 Prestige with the i9000 Prestige Ultra. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.